Hey everyone, welcome to our tech. What I have here is the eufy Video Smart Lock E330. In a previous video, I did an unboxing of the Smart Lock as well as a review, a 1-year review of the S330. And in today's video, we're going to go ahead and do an installation of the E330. If you're interested in this E330 or even the flagship S330, I do have review videos for both of those locks out, and I will link those at the end of the video in case you're interested in watching them. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get the install started on this smart lock. All right, so one of the things you can do before you start the install or taking anything apart is go ahead and download the eufy Security app off of either the Google Play or the iOS store. As you can see here, I do already have it installed because I do have some other eufy Security apps. So let's just go ahead and open it up. And then from this point, what you would want to go ahead and do is you want to go ahead and add a new device and then scroll down to the smart locks. Go ahead and select the Video Smart Lock. If you don't have a home created, you're going to go ahead and create one. Go ahead and click Next. So now it wants to go ahead and scan the QR code, at which point you will take the battery cover off. And on the top of it is your QR code that you want to scan. Now at this point, it's giving you an option of watching another installation guide. Or if you've already installed it, then you would just go ahead and continue on. So as you can see here, I've got an August Smart Lock on here right now. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this. I'll go ahead and take off the back piece, the front piece, as well as the door lock. Plan to just go ahead and leave the door jamb piece on here that's already on there. There's no point on replacing that one. So let's go ahead and get started on this. Now, since your lock is probably different than mine, this portion of it will be slightly different, but this is just giving you the general idea, disassembly of your current lock. So you are going to need a Phillips head screwdriver for this. Well, you're either, depending on what kind of bolts you have, you'll either need a Phillips head or a flat head. Okay, once you remove the old deadbolt off of there, you need to go ahead and remove this portion next. All right, once that's removed, go ahead and grab the new one. And if you look at it, there will be markings that says top. That way you know which side is up. So this side goes up. And as I mentioned before, I will not be replacing the strike plate that's currently on my door jamb. You want to go ahead and install the exterior keypad. Depending on the size of the door hole here, you'll either leave the spacer on or you will remove this spacer. I am going to leave the spacer on, so let's go ahead and slip this through. When you're putting this on, you want to go ahead and make sure that it is level. So next we're going to go ahead and install the mounting plate into this. You want to make sure that the silicone side is up against the door. Go ahead and slide these two pieces through here. And I need to go ahead and get the 2 screws for that. Okay, so now we just need to go ahead and align the hole up with the screw holes inside and tighten this up. Again, make sure that it is level outside. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and install the rest of the interior. So to start off, we'll go ahead and plug this into the back. As you can see, it is color coded. There's an orange strip here and an orange strip here, so mate orange to orange. And you also have the little one here, so let's go ahead and plug this in first. All right, now let's go ahead and plug the little one in. Sorry if you can't see that. Now we're going to need to route these cables so that it doesn't pinch. It's like there's a little, I guess you call it a cavity in here. Try to get the cables inside that cavity so you don't pinch it against this and this. Okay, once you got it pressed on there, you can go ahead and do a quick test to make sure the door lock's fine. Okay, at this point, there's going to be 3 screws. One here, and one down here. You need to go ahead and screw those in. Okay, so for this one, I got my Klein screwdriver. So let's go ahead and finish screwing that in. Make sure everything's finger tight. Don't really need to make it too tight. It does have Loctite on the screws. Okay, now that that's installed, let's go ahead and test it again. Okay, seems to be doing good. Let's go ahead and install the eufy battery. Got the plugs on the bottom, so just go ahead and slide it in.
Welcome to eufy Security. Please download the eufy Security app to complete.
Okay, there we go. Now we got power on it. You can go ahead and slide the cover on. Okay, now that this portion is done, let us go and switch over back to the eufy app. And here we've already done the installation, so let's click next. And now you have the choice of connecting your Video Smart Lock to a router or to the HomeBase. Actually, before we continue, get a little silicone plug here. Let's go ahead and pop that in, cover that hole up. There we go. I recently got the HomeBase 3 and I actually just set it up not too long ago, popped the hard drive in there. So I'm going to connect it to a HomeBase and not to my router. And that is my HomeBase right there. So it's saying here that the local recordings cannot be accessed in the app once connected to a HomeBase. This is the new install, so I've got no recordings in the app to worry about. So let's go ahead and click yes, I'm ready to connect or to continue. So long press the setup button until you hear a beep. After you release it, you'll hear a voice prompt. So let's go ahead and long press the button, which is right here.
Ready to set up.
Okay, I heard the prompt, so let's go ahead and go to next. Now I actually just heard my HomeBase say something, and it is connecting to the HomeBase. Now I just heard the HomeBase say something again. I think it said connection was successful. All right, and it is done. Go ahead and name the lock. Go ahead and just select backdoor since that is what this one is. Okay, it wants me to go ahead and now this looks like we're gonna be doing the calibration portion of it. So it wants to go ahead and make sure your door is closed, which it is. Lock it, which it now is. Go ahead and click that and then calibrate the lock. All right, now that is set up. It wants me to enter a passcode between 4 and 8 digits. Click next. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and enroll my fingerprints. So let's go ahead and open the door. Okay, let's go ahead and take the plastic off of here. Now let's go ahead and start the enrollment. It does recommend using your thumb, index finger, or middle finger. So let's start enrollment now.
Fingerprint setup.
Hold it on here. Basically, you want to just do various parts of your finger.
Fingerprint setup complete.
There we go. So fingerprint setup is now done. Okay, now night vision optimization. So let's turn on this feature. If your door frame extends into the camera view more than shown, which mine does extend into it. So let's go ahead and optimize it. Okay, let's click OK. All right, setup is now complete. Okay, so at this point, you can assign access if you want to. I'm gonna go ahead and click done. It does say there's an update, so let's go ahead and update it real quick. It's saying make sure you're inside and the door is closed. Otherwise, you might accidentally get locked out. And don't use the lock while it's updating, so leave it as is. Click OK. All right, looks like the update is successful. Let's go ahead and click done. And there it is. It is now hooked up. Just like with the S330, you can lock it from the app. You just press and hold that lock button. And there it's locked, and just tap the button. And there it is, unlocked. All right, let's go ahead and go up into the settings. Click the three little dots on the bottom right of the picture. Click that little gear icon. And now here's your different settings for it. At first glance, these settings are the same as what you see on the S330. So let's go to motion detection. Here you can do your detection type, human recognition. I'll turn that on. You may or may not see that on yours because this is powered by a HomeBase, and the HomeBase does the recognition. So you may not see this option on yours, so just be aware of that. It just depends if you connect directly to your router or if you connect to the HomeBase. Don't need to worry about vehicle detection because there's no vehicles in my backyard. Pet detection, there are no pets back there, so I'm not going to worry about that. And we'll detect all other motion. Detection distance, standard or advanced. Clicked on advanced, and advanced allows you to actually decide how much of a distance per each, I guess, grid, if you want to call it that. And it defaults at 17 feet. I'm going to go ahead and just leave it on standard for now. And then you can choose your activity zone. Then you would just click the plus, at which point then you would just select where you want activity to be, what will cause a recording to occur. And then just go ahead and click the check mark or the trash can if you delete it. Okay, and then click the back arrow. Okay, and that's it for motion detection. So let's go so I don't have a video doorbell, so I'm not going to integrate it with that. Here you can manage the access. You can do a quick response. The quick response is if somebody's at your door and you don't want to say something, you can just hit a quick response and the door lock will repeat that response to you got your power manager. Because of the fact that this is in my backyard and I really don't expect people to be back other than me and my family, I'm not going to bother with it. I will probably just leave it at balance surveillance. That way the battery life does last longer. Auto lock, I am going to go ahead and turn that on. And basically you can choose between 5 seconds and 3 minutes. I'm going to set it for 3 minutes. You can do a schedule on it, which I'm not going to do. Now the auto lock on the E330 is just simply a timer and that's it. Unlike the S330 where it will detect if the door is closed or not. And if it's closed, then it will go ahead and use your timer countdown to lock the door. If the door remains open, it automatically locks at 3 minutes. That's how the S330 works. With the E330, it's a simple timer and that's it. It doesn't detect if the door is open or closed or nothing like that. It's just once your timer is up, it'll lock the door. That's how that's set up on the E330, so be aware of that. Okay, you got one touch locking. I'm going to leave that on. Wrong try protection, I will leave that on. That is for some of these fingerprints aren't working or they keep entering the wrong code in over and over again. And Scramble Passcode, I will turn that on. What this allows you to do is you can enter some fake numbers before entering your real number in, your PIN code, or enter your PIN code in and then enter some fake numbers. It'll still detect it that way. And then we got your video settings. The watermark, I'm going to go and turn that off and choose your video quality. The streaming quality, quality, it's set to auto. You have a choice of low, medium, and high. I'll just leave it for auto. Okay, and your recording quality, you can either do full HD or 2K. I'm gonna go ahead and put 2K on there. Night vision, auto night vision is turned on, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn on night vision optimization. Okay, let's go to audio settings. Microphone is on, audio recording is on, speaker is on. Got your speaker volume. It is kind of loud by default if I remember right, so I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Okay, and there's the beep. Now let's do the ringtone volume. And then you got the beep volume for the keypad and the lock unlock feedback. Let's go ahead and leave that default. Go to notification. Okay, so this is what's going to notify you if it gets motion detection, doorbell rings, doorbell locked, unlocked. It'll notify you. If you click on a notification, it can either jump to the related history event that gave you the notification, or it can just go to the live view. You can do notification without delay, only text, or you can do full notification included with text and thumbnail, a picture. I'm going to go ahead and just leave it like this. That way it comes in faster instead of waiting for a picture. Actually, I'm going to do the full effect. I like that one better. Gets me a text notification first, followed up by a thumbnail if available. Let's go ahead and do that. And then you got your app alert tones, motion alerts and ring alerts. So on default, these are the different options. I'm going to go ahead and leave it as is. All right, let's go to the indoor chime. So you can plug in a USB dongle to your HomeBase to connect a eufy doorbell chime. You can use your HomeBase as a chime, Alexa or MiniBase as a chime. So for now, let's go ahead and click HomeBase as my chime. Set the ring volume for the HomeBase. And then you got your alert tones. Okay, let's go ahead and go to lock calibration, which we just did. And this is how you would calibrate the lock if necessary, if you need to do it again. Rain mode. So this is actually pretty good because this lock will be exposed to sun and rain 24/7. And this rain mode I didn't notice on the S330, so I'm assuming it must be something new. I'm gonna have to go back onto the S330 and see if it's on there as well. But this will detect if rain is on the keypad, it will go ahead and disable the keypad for 30 minutes. That way it saves power. That way the water doesn't try to activate the keypad. So let's go ahead and turn that on. And then you got your general, name is backdoor, status LED, go ahead and turn that on. So the LED turns on when the device is live streaming or recording. Let's go ahead and cancel that actually. Save the battery life on this one, and it's really not necessary for the back. And storage, local storage, that's going to be the HomeBase. Cloud storage, I am not using cloud storage, but you have an option too. You got your mounting guide, which we've actually already mounted it. And then you got your about device. And then up on the top, HomeBase Connection, which I skipped over. That's just letting you know that it's connected to the HomeBase, and that's about it really. As you can see on the upper left-hand corner, you got your battery life there, and you got your Wi-Fi signal there. All right, so that's pretty much it. So that was the installation of the eufy Video Smart Lock E330, as well as the setup and a quick overview of the settings within the app. If you guys have any questions or comments about the eufy Video Smart Lock, either the E330 or the S330, please feel free to post it below and I will answer to the best of my abilities. In the meantime, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great day and y'all stay safe out there.